Back on the chap. So I've accessed the air box. I've got the air filter outside because it was a disaster, falling apart, and somebody had, I'm going to say that is not the right, that looks like a wood screw, right? I mean, come on, people. Who does that nonsense? Let me get that air filter. All right, there's the old air filter. You can see it doesn't have a whole lot of life in it. Now, I was out riding today. I rode it around for about a half hour. Then at the end, something clogged the carburetor again. Here's our new air filter. It looks like it's already lightly oiled, and we've got our air filter cage or whatever skeletal structure already installed. So I'm going to double check and make sure that this air filter box just takes a regular type metal screw, which it should, right? Right. Alright, so we've got the cover and the air filter in. I will stick it in the air box, and hopefully we will solve, should have done this before, correct this problem, yes. Alright, I'll try to hold this steady. So there's the air filter box, and I guess I didn't get to it earlier because it's kind of hard to get to. And then we've got this connecting up to the carburetor. I ended up, since I'm running premix and the oil tank is gone, I cut off the oil line and just sealed it up with a screw. That was previously an air leak. Might have been causing me some issues. I don't know. So, all right. Mark that. Job done. I've got a list. I think I got 11 more things to do on the list. All right, I have removed the left seal. And I think in a previous video I said something which I've changed my mind about. Sometimes I wondered, if the seal was really hard to pull out, if it really needed changing. But I don't think that the difficulty involved in pulling the seal out really tells you much about the seal. Or maybe it tells you the opposite. I don't know. But anyhow, I pulled this thing out and it's as hard as a rock. It's done. So I thought I had another one, but I don't. I don't have I think it's a 20 by 35 by 7 seal. So I ordered one, so I got to wait on that, and I'm waiting on a kill switch and a brake light switch. And I've come up with an idea on how to remove this front tire. Well, I have another Chappy, but the Chappies are the only bikes I have with the chain drive. And right above right here, there's little marks. I think they're originally in white, but you can't see them. Well, you can now, just barely. They're a little better on the other side. And there's a little notch. Let's see, are we on film? Why, yes, we are. There's a little notch on each side right there. And so that's a little measuring guide to line up. You basically loosen. Oh, I did put the cotter pack in. You got to loosen the axle nut here, and then you can tighten or loosen these to make them move back and forth. And then you want to get the chain. I think that's still a little tight. Where are we? Yeah, I could probably loosen it just a tad. But I did that adjustment there. So Let me get my list. It fell over here. My list of things to do. So yeah, I got to fix the Speedo yet. I actually got another Speedo that works. However, there's a stud on it broken. So I'm trying to fix the old one first. We'll see. If not, I'll just switch the stud. But it's kind of a pain because you got to pry the top off of it. Fix the brake switch, the kill switch. Maybe clean the carb. I don't know. There was a fuel delivery issue. It might not be the carb. I did the air filter. You guys saw that. I'm working on the left seal. I was going to paint the header, clean the rear shocks, get the headlight working, switch out the front tire and paint the rim, and maybe do something with this chain guard cover here. Maybe sand it down and paint that. And as you can see, it's kind of a mess there from the chain kicking up oil. And you know, maybe just take the chain off. Of course, you know, the list can keep growing, you know, forever. Maybe take the chain off, clean it, and lube it again. Although, here's our master link. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I don't know. Maybe get that stator to rest on the foot peg. So, yeah, there we have it. I might clean up this mess and work on the front wheel tomorrow. See if I can get that off. I've got a plan I came up with right before I fell asleep last night. I said, yes, that'll do it. It's just a matter of, can I execute the plan? We shall see. Hey, we'll see you soon. Well, would you have a look at that, mate? Of course, you know. Are we going to paint this too? I mean, it's never ending. Once you start, there's 85 more things to paint. But I would say, you know, that's a good start, you know. Let's look at the other side, shall we? Look at that. I'll try to hold things steady here. Again, you know, the fork or the shock, whatever. You know, make one thing look better, it makes everything else look worse. Oh well. Did the chain guard. Cleaned up the shock a little bit. Got to do the other side. I've got a new front sprocket on order. That's 14, so it's 14 teeth in the front and 28 in the back. I'm going to go to 15 teeth in the front and see how that rolls. And then moving, we're waiting on a seal. Now I thought I'd paint the header of the exhaust today. And go from there, shall we? We also have the exhaust chrome cover sitting in some, I guess, a WD-40's version of evaporust. So we'll see how this turns out. The other side's a lot worse. So I've got that exhaust cover soaking in, like I said, WD-40's version of evaporust, and a little bit of a before shot. You can, that's the other side of it. You can see that it's pretty rusty along the edges. And then this is the stator cover, and I didn't get a before shot of this, but that was basically encrusted in dirt oil mixture, about probably 1/8 of an inch thick, and I got probably 95% of it off. And then that that citrus strip or whatever it is. Really didn't take anything off. I could have let it sit overnight, but I decided to just wipe it off. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I might sand it down. You can see there's some of the bare aluminum already showing there from just wear. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll see. So, I'll show you something else too. There's that header. It's pretty much dry, but I'll let it set up overnight. Put it on tomorrow. Should get that seal tomorrow. And then I can start to button this up. Still got to, what else do I got to do? Got to fix the speedo, get the headlight working. Clean up this rear shock over here, right there. I'm tempted to replace the seal on this side too. And if I do that, I might paint both those covers, the clutch cover and the stator cover. And then be done, right? Good God. I probably would have been better off just completely stripping this down to the frame, given all that I've done, and I would have been able to clean up the entire engine. But I don't know. The new owner can take it from here, you know? That's what I say. Got him most of the way there, and he can finish it off if he so desires. But we'll make it as nice as we can. I can't spend forever on it. I got other bikes, got other things to do. So we'll get it as nice as we can and leave something for the new owner to fiddle around with. But I think, you know, it's come back pretty nice. You know, the tires have made a big difference. Let's scoot you back. You can kind of see. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Looks like something out of the, I don't know, early 1900s with those big old white walls, right? Let's maybe look at it from this side. Painted up a QT50 exhaust too. But yeah, I think, you know, the paint on the frame is, you know, rough. There's only so much that I can do. I mean, once you start messing with the paint, you know, you upset a lot of purists. And I don't know if I can even match that color very easily or very inexpensively. So, I want to ride the thing, right? Not work on it all the time. What's my wrench to ride ratio? Like 20 to 1? That's a little too much. So, I know I showed you this before, but that chain guard came out nice, and I told you I got another front sprocket coming to make this a little quicker of a street machine. And then chain needs some maintenance. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks nice. I guess I could hook up the speedometer cable while I'm sitting here doing nothing, waiting on parts. So, all right, I yakety-yacked enough. Let's move on in life.